there's so much to like unpack in all of this. Now I was getting into what this guy's techniques were and what the guy was like working on. We talked about like the girls themselves and like what it is they're kind of like pre-warmed up buyers, right? They're motivated buyers. So we got that. I think that's pretty much established. And I'll talk about that later on. You have to get into that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about Simon himself and what it was like. I'm convinced that this is a very good example of how game can trump looks and can trump status as well. Actual real money, affluent status. So what from what you know, do you think that this is a good example of a guy who knows game?
I do, and I have a hot take for you. I have a Roll of Tomasi exclusive.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about. So, look, the thing is, these girls are, you know, you haven't like dated girls off of dating apps because it's not, it didn't happen around your time. But girls that use dating apps, you have to understand, these girls are exclusively damaged. They're damaged goods, man. I mean, like I always say this, right? Think about how easy it is to catch you or I as a guy. Like, think of how low the standard is for us to accept a woman as a girlfriend is, right? Cook for me, clean for me, help me straighten up the house once in a while. Don't be annoying, and don't cheat on me, right? And these girls on these dating apps can't fulfill these basic human needs as a woman, right? So you got these girls that are broken and upset, and they are like, when guys get on dating apps, we're like, yes, time for some easy pussy. When girls get on dating apps, they actually think like, oh, you know what? Maybe I can find love. Maybe I can find someone worthy. And guys, on the other hand, we're just like laughing at them. Okay. I've got an exclusive story. I have a girl that I dated, right? And in 2019, okay, I'm going to give you a little profile of this girl. So she comes from a home, single mother home, which is rare in Japan, right? And looking for love, looking for daddy's love. She matched with some guy off of a dating app. They get to talking, they get to chatting, sending pictures back and forth, right? She's fallen for the guy. Can't meet. I'm so busy. Good morning, honey. Send me a selfie this morning. What do you look like? You look so wonderful, right? Falling for it. He starts mentioning to her about this cryptocurrency that he's involved in and that is really, really lucrative. And he starts sending her screenshots of all the profits he's making. Long story short, he ends up talking her into sending him $50,000 US. She never met the guy once. This is in 2019. She got conned $50,000 US from a guy she met off of a dating app that she never met, never had a phone conversation with at all because she wanted to feel loved. Rolo, I'm telling you this. I have seen tons of girls' cell phones. I've seen tons of conversations guys have sent me between two girls talking. The average modern woman is a complete mess, but the root of all their conversations is they all want a man and they all want to be loved. They have a big, huge facade acting like they don't want it, but they want to be loved. So Simon can understand. I don't necessarily think he has game. Well, actually, no, I do think he has a game. He's a con man. He's a manipulator. He understands human psychology, and he understands how to find a weak prey.
Oh,
and that's what these girls were, weak preys. And he got them to finance his lifestyle, and they got caught. And the rug was pulled, and here we go.
Yeah, they all tend to follow like the girls that he he gamed. The girls that were part of the Ponzi scheme all fit a certain demographic. If you go into like these are the first two here. This is that's Pernilla on the right, and that's Cecilia on the left. She was the first one. Well, in the show anyway, she actually wasn't the first one. But these are, you got to remember, these are two chicks who are, well, first of all, I believe they're both Norwegian, I think, or else one's from Sweden and one's from Norway. And so you've got these two here. And by the way, this right here is Pernilla as well. So this is like straight off of her Instagram accounts. So it's not like she's out there, like, and I think that's Cecilia right there as well. So still on Tinder. Still doing, like, I thought the most like poignant part of that documentary was the end of it, where like they said, are you still going to be on Tinder now? Have you learned your lesson, kind of thing? And she's like, no, I'm still on. I'm still looking for love. I'm still looking for my Beauty and the Beast. I'm still looking for my prince. And in that respect, I completely agree with you. Like they're definitely looking for love. They're definitely looking for something that is an idealized state, an idealized thing. Now, remember, these girls are falling in love with this guy who has Lamborghinis and, you know, a jet set lifestyle. And I said this when I was on Fresh and Fit, is like, you know, women don't want to marry a man. They want to marry a lifestyle. And part of that lifestyle is that fantasy of having that guy who's got his shit together, who's a powerful guy, who's got money, who money's no object. And the guy is, you know, I remember when Pernilla was the one who said, well, he was a little short for my tastes, but I'll still be his friend. She's like, Pernilla didn't even like get with him. She was just like friends with him. And he was still able to work her based on the idea that maybe potentially he's going to, you know, like mature out of that Playboy lifestyle and want to, you know, settle down with her. Same fantasy she sold to the Dutch girl, Arlene, at the end of that as well. They were like boyfriend and girlfriend for like 14, like over a year. And so based on the idea that there was going to be some kind of payoff at the end, there's going to be some sort of lifestyle. All I got to do is do what I have to do for this moment in time, and then things will work out and things will be paid off. And I thought, I looked at some of these sites afterwards, and just sort of in the aftermath of all this. And I'm also looking at why this is still so popular, right? Why is this guy? Because the guy's still free and clear. He's still doing his thing. He basically pivoted to like this, you know, success grift right now. It's like, you know, hire me to teach you how to be a great entrepreneur or something like that. And I thought that was kind of an interesting, you know, sidestep now. But what was really interesting to me was the Twitter fallout, or the popularity of this. And now there's a podcast for it. These girls are going on like daytime talk shows. They're really getting built up for being the ones who got bilked out of all this money. They have a GoFundMe account right now to the tune of $250,000, or no, it was more than that. Actually, it was $600,000, like between the two of them or something like that. And the fact that they would say, hey, we want you to, we're crowdsourcing this money to pay for our debts that this guy incurred. And it's like, well, essentially what you're doing is you're asking mostly women, I would say, to participate in affording this guy's lifestyle, because that's what it was. And they were the ones who made the decision to do that. I thought this was interesting here. So this babe took out $250,000 worth of loans for a boyfriend. What the hell? I don't even understand the thought process behind that. I feel sorry for her because he must have manipulated the heck out of her. Just wow.
I mean, he did. He played her. He got her good, bro.
Of course, of 9 different credit cards. And I mentioned this yesterday on Rule Zero. At what point does the rationality and the reason say, you know what? At what point does a woman ask the question, am I getting like, you know, suckered here? And clearly that point is 9 separate credit cards, to the point right there, as you were saying, if it is the fact that they want to feel loved and they want to live out this fantasy, it is worth 9 separate credit cards before they get to the point where they go, you know what, maybe this isn't what I think it is.
You know, Miss MLD, one time I had a banking error here, right? And I needed to put up $27,000 for moving into this place, this you know, this little penthouse thing I'm living in here. And obviously we were dating at the time. It had been 4 years at that point, but she cleared out her savings account and gave me the money. She knew I was good for it. But, you know, if I wanted to be Mr. Scumbag Tinder swindler guy, I could have just rugged her and like just disappeared with the money. But girls don't. I don't think women view money the same as men do. I know they don't view money the same way we do.
Yeah.
You know, money is just an object for them to get what they want, which is love and security from a man, provisioning. You know, and they'll do it. They'll do it to get what they want. But you know, I'll say that. Excuse me. I'll say that these girls, you know, quite frankly, they got that was coming to them, and I think that it's a pretty example. I don't think it's a coincidence that all these chicks are in the epiphany phase.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
you know, like at the tail end of like, okay, like, you know, am I actually gonna get love? Is this my last chance to get some love? Or am I, you know, am I gonna be alone forever? And honestly speaking, I think after they got fame, some of these girls might get saddled up with a faithful beta. I doubt they're gonna get out the alpha of their choice. But they probably, you know, some simp is out there watching that shit thing. Like, I'll save you, baby. I will be the anti-Tinder swindler.
Yeah, so it's that want of uniqueness, saying I'm not like other guys. I'm not like that guy is. In fact, your guy. It doesn't even have to be the Tinder swindler. It could be like a woman's sexual past. If she's got like 20, and that's conservative, 20 prior lovers before she meets the guy that she settles down with in the epiphany phase, that guy is more than happy to be a part of that woman's life at that stage. And he's more than happy to gaslight himself and rationalize it that she got suckered. She got duped by all those guys in the foam cannon party in Cancun back in spring break when she was in college in her crazy college years. And it was those bad guys, those bad, evil dudes that corrupted my girl, and now I have to pay the price. You're the kind of guy who makes women hate guys. So, therefore they feel like they're that much more self-righteous about themselves, but also that's also their rationale for why they're in the position, why she's an alpha widow, why the war brides dynamic works for her, why there's a lot of different dynamics you can attach to that. But when guys get into the situation where they're the he'll do guy, he's the plan B, they will come up with and they'll do it on their own. They'll come up with any rationale to convince themselves that this is why my girl is damaged, and I have to untangle her mind. Now I'm the one who's responsible for solving her problems for her. But don't worry, I'm a guy. I'm a good, upstanding dude, and I'm gonna stick with you, baby, and don't worry about it. And just because that guy ruined you, that you're still pining for on Facebook or social media, whatever, I'll still stick around and I'll try to make your life better for you.
And what do you think the contrast is? The girls just wanted to go get ran through?
I think at the time, I say get ran through, but I think that at that time, we don't do right now. I mentioned this yesterday on Rule Zero. What we don't do is we don't hold women accountable, and we're not judgmental enough with women. We're not judgmental enough I don't say judgmental, because that's not even really what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is like being discerning and having the balls to say, you know what, maybe this dude who's on this plane and driving around in this Lamborghini, maybe you probably shouldn't just pick up and go jump on his jet with his baby mama and fly off to Belgium or Belarus or wherever you went with this guy. Maybe that's not a good idea. No one stepped in and said that. One girl said, "Oh, are you sure you're going to be safe?" And she's like, you only live once,
Yeah.
And there's no father, there's no brother, there's no strong masculine guy that says, you know what? No, you're not doing that, because I don't want you to die. I don't want you to end up in getting, shit on your boobs in Saudi Arabia because you got sold into white slavery or some shit like that. Right. Oh, get on my jet. How do you're not going to end up in some, foreign country where you're going to be part of a harem or some shit like that? You don't. Yep. How do you know you're not going to be part of human trafficking? You don't. And no one is going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that anything different, ladies. They're not going to, your girlfriends are going to say, go for it, girl. You only live once. Go on out there. Do they want to get run through? No, but they certainly want the roller coaster. They want to ride the roller coaster and have a good time. And they want to know that everything's going to be safe at the end of it. And the way that we make women safe is we just simply don't say shit. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Go on out. Have fun. Jump on the jet. You'll be cool. Baby mama, don't worry about it. Kiss him on the fucking cheek on the first date.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think that's gonna be my 2 cents. I gotta go back to bed. I just want to pop in.
No worries.
I'll better prepare next time. But I was up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's early there. I shouldn't ask you to come up so early, but that's cool.
I gave it a go. But look, I'll just say that the guy definitely has game. Because game is understanding your prey psychologically, and he got these girls. These girls got bad, bro. and you know, they got lucky that Tinder found out about this, and this documentary found out about this, and then they can make they can make money off of it now.
Oh, they're gonna make a movie out of it too at this stage.
Hilarious.
Now it's not enough to make the documentary. Now they got to make a feature length film over it. So.
Yeah, you're gonna see. I mean, and it's funny because girls will run down. There's some girl. I used to date this one Chinese girl here, and she was recently putting it on, you know, on her Instagram. Like, I just feel sorry for these girls. I was just like, bruh, these retards had it coming to them, man.